Right then, this end is going to become a bridge. There was always going to be a bridge, I just didn't know what type. When I was just planning it, I was thinking of like a humpback bridge and made out of like local stone, similar to the tunnel portal on the other end. But I decided I would do it differently, using Will's varigirder. So I don't have to make it very big, it's literally just going to span between there and there. So below it will become almost stone pillars made from Will's core stone sheets, SSMP 200. This one is SS57 if you want to know the numbers. Okay, first things first, once you've removed the varigirder pieces from the sprue, however many you need, which for me is only 4, you need to glue the two halves together, which is exactly what I'm doing here, and I'm using a Revel contactor just because I've got it and it worked quite well. So you can see, get them lined up, push them together, and what I'm doing next is push them against the edge of the baseboard because it's flat, and the board I'm working on is flat as well. Glue the flat pieces together, you need to assemble the actual bridge. So just on a flat surface again, put them all together. Okay, the next step is the top strips, the capping of the actual girder sections. This goes on in one long strip first, which is what I've done here, which I've already cut to size. Then the next step is to actually put a smaller piece on, which goes, I don't know, a section smaller maybe. You'll see it in the video of actually how I did it. So now you have to sand off the rivet detail off the top of the girder section to fit the other one on top, else it always won't sit flush basically. And you can see I've made it a bit long on one end, I just didn't know how long to actually make it, so I cut that down once the actual bridge has been made. You can see me cutting the two sections here for the top and bottom pieces. A little bit rough and ready, but it works. So again, with the contactor, put it on and press in place. The next step is the weathering process. So start off with some Humbrol weathering powders, put them together on a piece of plastic or a bit of wood. I then add some Migwort black, just to add a different variation of shade. And it goes a bit dark for my liking, this one, so I do change it up a little bit. Adding a matte coat gives it a good adhesion as well, because you mix it all together to make it into like a paste basically. And Humbrol enamel thinners, because these are enamel pigments, so once you mix them all together, so you can see it's gone a bit black there. So you'll see me now adding a bit more of the rust, just to make it a bit browner, more like rust. So now you add the thinners, nope, not yet, I've got myself confused in the video. So mix it all together, make it into a paste, but it's got to be more like a paint than a paste, so that's why you add the enamel thinners. And once you've mixed all that up, dot it on to the girder section, which has been primed already, just in a white spray primer. It doesn't have to be neat, as it can be quite random, which is exactly what you want for random rust spots really. The next step once that's dry is using Vallejo chipping medium, apply it over the rust spots, so once we get back to it later you can see exactly what this does. So once that's dry, you apply now some Vallejo dark grey or London grey, and over everything, completely cover it all. And once that's dry, go over the entire thing with the chipping medium again. Cover the entire thing this time, not just the section with the rust on. And you let this dry completely, which is why this takes a little while to do. So once that's dry, cover it in medium blue this time by Tamiya. Once that's dry, you cover the whole thing in water, which reactivates the chipping medium, and also as it's acrylic paint, it will take off some of the paint layers as well. Using a stiff brush, or a toothbrush or a toothpick, you can basically open up the layers of paint. As you can see here, it's taken off, brings it back down to the rust, and using the kitchen roll actually really helps as well, because it gives that sort of matted appearance to it, as if the weather's got to it over time. So now, using enamel thinners, you reactivate the original weathering. So what it does is allows it to streak, because it went on like a paint or like a paste, and you open it up and it flows down. You make it flow, and I think it looks really good. The final section of this video is going to be on the actual removal of some of the cliff face I made. So remember in the previous video, well, a few videos ago now, I painted up all this, made all this, and I'm now going to remove some of it. Yeah, there is quite a bit to take off, but it's worth it, because I wanted the road to sit lower than the main cliff face, but also I wanted the bridge to sit basically where you saw me measuring up the actual girder section before. So this will be the last section of this video. I've realised it's quite long and I don't want to make it any longer than it has to be, so I will stop it here, and next week you'll get the continuation, which will be the making of the actual bridge sections. So not the girder, the supports and part of the road as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you do, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll catch you in a bit.